Alrighty, folks. So here we go on assignment 4, part 2. So last time we created this pinwheel block, and now we're going to move out and create it so that it has this these additional parameters in there, so we can affect the size and how big it backs up. When you affect the backup, you're able to draw pinwheels that look kind of like this, so they don't go all the way back to the middle. So they're not true, like all the way asterisks. I guess they're asterisks if they go all the way to the middle. And then we're going to talk about, you're going to add on to something and do a bit of a creative project. So these are pretty involved ones right here. So they don't have to be super crazy like this, but they are pretty cool. So, for those of you who are really adventurous, go ahead and do that. You can also try to do something like this with the warp block to give it some sort of animation. And here's an example of what I made. Granted, this is done in Python, but it's the same sort of idea that you're creating some sort of shape with it, something creative. So if we go over to the snap window itself, what we're going to say is, hey, we're going to add on to this pinwheel block, and we're going to add on those size and backup. So I'm going to come in here and I'm saying I'm going to want this one to be a side. What? I'm not typing. Oh, there we go. Hello. Size. Okay. And then I'm going to do, backup. And hit OK. What I might actually do here is just say I'm going to add this text title in there, so I don't have to constantly remember which way things are. And it was size. You put a little colon after that there. So it's size, colon branches, and that sort of thing. So now I've kind of illustrated what's going on there, so I don't forget when I want to use the thing, which order the parameters in. So the branch isn't going to do anything different here. What I am going to do is I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to take this size variable, and instead of moving 50 steps, I'm going to move size steps. And then for my backup, I'm going to say, well, I want to back up a different amount, but I still need to do it in a negative, because I'm not going to assume that they're going to put a negative number in for the backup. So I'm going to say -1 times backup. And that's going to modify what I got going on here. So now let's take just the drawing I had before. My pinwheel branch is 8. Maybe my size is going to be 25 and my backup is going to be 5. And maybe next one, my pinwheel branch is size 5. My 5 one is going to be, I don't know, let's go size 30. And maybe this time I'm going to back up like 25. And then I'll do a 3 with 10 and, I don't know, 8 or something like that. We'll just see how it looks, right? Oh, there we go. So there you can see we got some different stuff going on. So now once you have that working, where it's working with just some simple like examples there, then you're going to bring it into that more creative piece where you can see at the bottom here. So you're going to do some of, some of this sort of thing, these sort of like pretty pictures, something with an animation, and something here like with maybe drawing along those lines. But that's where your creative flair can come in. And so you can go to the pen and you can do things like setting the pen color before you do stuff. And notice once you set it, it's kind of there until you set it to something different. So it's like every time you set the pen color, it's like you're picking up a new marker and you're drawing with that one until you pick a different color. Oh, I put that in the wrong spot. Put it after the pinwheel. There we go. So then you can set the pen size, or you can change the pen size so it gets bigger each time. And as I keep going, notice my pen just keeps getting thicker and thicker and thicker because it's not really being set back to the original size. So you can do that sort of fun stuff. You can include the more go-tos in there, where you're moving over a little bit to draw different pictures and things like that. So this one, I really want you to bring in some nice creativity when you submit this particular lab. Down here on assignment 4, some real nice, pretty stuff.